Hello, my name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is Carlo Beschi. He's an agile coach at Treatwell, where he's cultivating agile teams at the world's leading hair and beauty marketplace. Thank you so much for coming on the show and really sharing some of your experience with us today, Carlo.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Really pleased to be here today.
Yeah. And for those watching, before we go any further, if you are watching this from any location that is outside of our free community, I just want to personally invite you inside because, in these disconnected times, it's always important to be able to connect to new people and people who are inspirational and want you to succeed in life. So if that's you, come and join us by clicking links either above or below the video. Now, Carlo, what was life like before you got into agile coaching, and really what was the catalyst that brought you into the space?
I simply love what I'm doing now so much that it looks like I've always done this. But the reality is I've been an agile coach for the last 6 or 7 years. And before I was a software developer and a manager in technology and in product management. And I started to do more of what I do now, which is basically helping other people that are working with software and digital product to get, the best product out, but also the best experience, the best kind of being very joyful and very fulfilled at work. And then, I just thought, that was the thing for me. And so before it was good, it's amazing.
Now, let me ask you this question. So generally, what are the main problems that people come to solve when they work with you?
They've got, of course, different contexts, so different challenges. But what I do is help them, see what is next for us, and what does it look like, and what do we want to do to go there. So for some people, it's about because the people I work with usually software engineers and people building products. So digital products is we want to go faster to market, or we want to improve the technical quality of what we have, or we want to understand our customers better. For some of them is, I want to have, I want to work better with my teammates. So I've got skills and experience in some of these areas, so I can offer some mentoring, and I've got quite strong coaching background, so I can sometimes, just be there and listen and ask hopefully good questions.
Yes. Let me ask you this question. So right now we're kind of in like this, some people are in quarantine, some people are going out, some people are coming back in. What's been one of the biggest takeaways for you in this time period we're in?
I think for some it's been much easier to embrace this change, and for some people they've really struggled. And that's that's because sometimes it's just because people are, for some of us it's easier to deal with change, or for some people they were in very specific very challenging times for on a job or for some family situation. So I think I've learned even more maybe to just to try to respect everyone for where they are, and try to help others also see that we are together, but we're seeing this big thing from very different places. So it's very important to both know where we are and have that level of awareness, but also to very much respect where people are coming from, all of us, and be kind with each other.
Yes. Let me ask you this question. So oftentimes as we kind of look to the future, we oftentimes have visions for our life. What's the vision for your life as far down the road as you like to think or talk about?
Yeah, I think so. I see this like a very practical thing. I can really picture myself in 20 years or so. I'm there with my wife, in our 60s, and the kids are grown up, going to college, and we got their own life, and probably, we got our nice house on this side. I may do some of what I do already, but maybe it's just, for pro bono, because I do believe there's a lot of value I can give and I get back from what I do. And on the other side of more like, let's say, spiritual level, for me it's very important to to feel I'm contributing to a bigger cause. I have a purpose in what I do, so that's what I'm after already on a single day. Serve with passion and towards bigger goals, and that's what I'm sure is going to help me stay and happy for lots of years.
Yes. Let me ask this question. So oftentimes, we have our vision and we're thinking about, achievement or, just actually reaching our goals. The word success comes up. What does the word success mean to you?
Yeah, for me, as I said, I'm 44 years now, so and I got some gray hair, so it's kind of I feel I can be a bit more philosophical than I would have been some years ago. For me, knowing yourself, it's key, and I really mean is really try to be aware of what you deeply care about. What are your core values and beliefs, and then stay true to those things. And when I mean stay true is really live those things on a daily basis. And the second bit of that is well, it's not possible all the time. So when you're not there, you're not true to your core self, and that's okay, and just be kind to yourself, and accept that, and go back on track, go back to your real stance. And that's, for me, this is really the recipe for success at the personal level.
Mm. You know, let me ask you this question. So do you have anything new that you're doing, like a conference, a book, anything that you're producing now that's new that you'd like to tell us about? Or
Yeah, so I do speak at conferences on quite a regular basis. So this year I pick up more like HR conferences, not necessarily like just a product and technology. So I'm going to be speaking at a couple of more things now in autumn. Now everything is online, which is amazing, because it's much more accessible and even economically viable for lots of us. So the best thing would be to watch out my LinkedIn stream on that. And I'm in very early days of writing a book, so don't expect anything to come out this year. But I have a thing I'm writing, which is about growing agile coaches.
oh, nice. That's really cool. Let me ask you this question. I know you're in the early stages, but maybe what has been the most rewarding part of the journey in being an author so far?
Well, I've always liked writing, but when I was in my 20s or something, I was just trying to write some poetry, some literature. So that really makes me feel very well when I'm in that space. And the second bit is gives me a chance to step back and look at what I'm doing, look at some of the lessons I've learned, and then I jot down a number of things, and I think, okay, which out of these, which are the really important bits, which are the things that I really feel they need to be said.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Let me ask you this question. So where can people go to learn more about you, and where can they go to connect with you further?
Yeah, I think it's kind of the classical places. So I'm there on LinkedIn, so that's the easy one. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook, just in case. Yeah, I got an email and everything, but I would say just go on LinkedIn and you can find out more about me. And I'm definitely happy to accept connections, even from people I haven't known, in the real world yet, but we've got things in common.
Yes. Maybe I should get on Twitter. That's a great point. Okay. I just want to say thank you for your time. And, before we leave or before we say anything else, if you could go back in time when you first got into your agile career, what's one tip that you would give to like a young agile coach or young person in that field right now?
Stay open, stay curious, stay humble, and don't think that you've got all the answers in your pocket just because you read some books or you've been at a conference or you've tried something a couple of times.
That's important. I'm sorry, I'm writing that down. That's great. I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here, and thanks for hosting me. Thanks everyone for listening.
You're welcome. And for those watching, we thoroughly hope that you enjoyed this. Now, once again, please come and join us inside of our community, because I know that right now, we might feel isolated. And if you've been struggling, this is probably one of the best places for you, because this community has been highly cultivated with positive people who are, improving themselves and helping others do the same. So if that's been missing in your life, come and join us by clicking the link either above or below the video. We'd love to have you in there. We'd love to learn more about you and see how we can benefit your life. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed creating it. Feel free to hit that share button so other people can get some great value as well. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. We'll see you in the next interview and show. And we're done recording in 3 and 2 and